2NURFM's Health and Wellbeing for our sponsor Mullen Natural Health Centre, Hamilton.
Ho, ho, ho! Welcome along to Peter Mullen, our last show for the year. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you, mate. And yeah, it is our last show for the year.
We're in the Christmas spirit.
We are in the Christmas spirit. With
We're
our
wearing
Christmas
Santa hats,
on.
aren't we?
Yes, and not
Yeah.
much else. But we won't let that out.
How good's my hat going? What do you think? Look at that.
It's very nice, very smart.
Can you describe it?
No.
Oh, okay. And today we're talking about Christmas survival.
Yeah, absolutely. Christmas holidays can be the best time of the year, where you get to relax, spend time with your family, but it can also be a really stressful time of year for a lot of people. So I thought we'd go through my top holiday tips for surviving the festive or / silly season.
And maybe describe my Santa hat. It must be our Christmas show. We're both wearing our Santa hats, aren't we?
We are.
Going well.
I think we look like a pair of...
How's my hat going? I can't see it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yours is still really good. Fell down for a while, but it's okay now.
It's all right. It's risen to the occasion again, so it's all good.
So you've got some tips here for us for Christmas survival, our Christmas survival guide.
Yeah, well, a bit of fun, but a bit of tongue-in-cheek as well. Like,
Right.
there are some good tips. Like I always say to my patients, like when there's a holiday break coming up, you need to plan for the holiday. You know, so many times people will, put on a couple of kilos over the Christmas period. They can fall off their normal routine, get out of their normal habits. So it's good to have a plan. So tip number 1, and you'll like this is you all over, party in moderation.
Right. Oh.
So it's Christmas when the invites start rolling in, and it can get exhausting. So a few tips on how to survive the party season. And number 1 is be picky about the Christmas functions you want to attend.
Okay.
Pick and choose. Go to the ones that, really have some meaning for you. Because what happens when we go to a Christmas function and we go because we feel we have to go? What do we normally have? We nibble away at treats. We probably have a couple of glasses.
The 2NUR one was great.
It was.
It was really good.
Well, that was a good one to choose.
We're up near the beach. It was great.
Well, my invite must have still been in the mail for that one.
We didn't invite you. No.
I was busy anyway.
Okay, that's good.
So,
you were too choosy.
Pick and choose. Parties are often a place of overindulgence. So choose the ones that are really important to you.
Right.
Remembering that you're not 21 anymore.
That's true.
Number 1. If you're going to a Christmas party, have a small protein-based snack beforehand.
Okay.
Sometimes if you go to a party starving, hungry, have a couple of drinks, you end up eating way too much.
Mm.
So have a snack before you go. And, things like a chia pudding or an energy bar. And alcohol is probably the biggest thing just to be conscious of over the Christmas period.
What do you think? Like one glass of beer, maybe one glass of water,
I think that's a great idea.
One glass of water. Will that work?
Yeah. Oftentimes when we go to parties and we're drinking, if we're drinking unconsciously...
One whiskey, one beer, then one water?
No. Whatever alcoholic drink you want to follow it with water. But we can drink unconsciously. And have you ever been to a party and just kept drinking because that's what you thought you did?
You can't drink unconsciously because you're asleep. You're not conscious. How can you drink?
Well, you'll end up unconscious if you drink too much. So my tips for drinking less is to have water between meals.
Yes.
Water between drinks.
Yes.
And I'm a bit of a disgrace when it comes to wine. Well, for all those wine buffs out there, block your ears because I'll often put a handful of ice cubes in a glass of wine.
Yep. You like it chilled. You like your chilled wine.
And dilutes the alcohol content. Because remember, the World Health Organization...
If you did that to red wine, there'd be total disgust and disdain for you.
I wouldn't do that to red wine.
Don't do it to red wine.
I could try it. But no, I wouldn't do that. The World Health Organization did class alcohol as a number 1 class carcinogenic agent.
Right.
So alcohol is kind of a bit like cigarettes. Obviously, slightly different, but really the less alcohol, the better. So a couple of tips. Water between drinks, and also take the drinks you plan to drink.
Right.
If you're going to a party and you're only going to be there for a little while, take 4 beers, don't take 6.
Yeah.
Like don't take half a carton, or take what you plan to drink.
Take a few soft drinks with you in that too to balance
absolutely.
it out.
Not big on the soft drinks because of the sugar, but definitely tip number 1 really is overall decrease your alcohol consumption this Christmas. For you personally.
Yeah. Okay.
And for the listeners, if they're...
I wanted to have a happy Christmas.
Issues.
Not going to be so happy
But
now.
you can have a happy Christmas, but you just have to have less happy, more Christmas.
Okay.
That's tip number 1.
I'll work on that.
Tip number 2 is, and I get in trouble every year because patients will say, "Are you all organised for Christmas?" And I pipe up and say, "Oh yeah, I'm all organised." And then one of my girls, Mary, always pipes in and says, "Well, he doesn't actually do too much. He just buys his wife a present." And I thought that's a fair comment. Like Christmas really is, as a lot of things
I
in our
think she
lives
was a
are.
bit cheeky saying that.
She was. She might not be there
No
next year.
Christmas bonus for her.
But Christmas is a time of year that, and we need to be conscious of this with our wives and mums and partners, is that it's a time of year when they really cop the brunt of it. There's functions to organise, there's all that food to get in, all the preparation. And, be a big help to your wife or your partner this Christmas. Go together to do the Christmas shopping, go together to do the food. Like, don't just leave it all to your significant other. And
I just worked out the Christmas Grinches here. What have you done with Peter Mullen? Where's Peter Mullen? Bring him in. They'd like
share the
Christmas
load.
Grinch.
So less alcohol, share the load. And, make sure Christmas Day, ask family members to bring a plate.
Yeah.
I hear so many of my...
That helps. It's a big help.
So many of my older patients come in and I say, what are you doing for Christmas this year? And they say, well, it's always at our house, so it's our house this year. And I say, well, that's good. You've got 6 kids. They'll all bring a plate. And they said,
this year, you bring the potato bake.
Absolutely.
I'll bring the cheesecake.
Absolutely.
It's all good.
It should be an enjoyable day. Christmas should be an enjoyable day for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody should be able to stop and sit and relax. And because really, what's Christmas about?
Family.
Spending time with family.
Family, yeah. Relaxing.
And friends.
Yeah.
So if mum or partner's in the kitchen the whole time cooking and, the day's over and they sit down exhausted. And so, share the load. And, and the other thing that we've done at work this year that we've never done before, but it's going to be a great idea, I think, is we've done a Secret Santa.
Ah, that's all right.
So in past years, we've bought for the staff's bought for us, staff's bought for each other, which just gets a bit out of hand. So this year someone come up with the idea, and I know a lot of other families already do this, but we're doing a $50 Secret Santa. So the cost this year, personally for our staff members, will be $50.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's all fun.
So, and, in lots of ways, Christmas... we do get a bit carried away. Like our debt goes up tremendously. The amount of money people spend on credit cards is crazy. So the other thing we've done as a family this year is we've had a limit with our kids, like a dollar limit. And that way what we're doing is just shopping to that limit. And they're conscious of that's the limit, and they know that there's not going to be any more. And that's once we've hit that limit, it's great because you're not then looking at other things that you should be buying, like other things you buy like at the last minute. So that way gifts tend to be more thoughtful, you save your pocket and you stress less. Not to quiz you to see if you're paying attention. Party in moderation.
Yes.
Really consciously try and cut down the amount of alcohol this year and plan ahead. Go to the functions you want to go to and be appreciative of who actually does all the work for Christmas as well. So make sure that you do help out, that you do take a plate, that that it's a relaxing day for everybody. Tip number 3, and this is a great thing to do, particularly for those people that have a break over Christmas, is I always use this Christmas break to reinvigorate my exercise program.
Right.
So every day on holidays, I'll do 30 to 45 minutes of exercise. So that's my goal for the 2-week Christmas period that I'm off. But, I always tell my clients to aim for 30 minutes of moderate exercise 5 times a week. So if you're off work, if you are having a holiday over the Christmas break, try and combine fun and exercise, swimming at the beach, family bushwalk, game of tennis. It doesn't have to be, people think of exercise as got to be all hot and sweaty and, and an effort, but it can be something fun as well.
Yeah. What about the swimming pool? Can we spend a bit more time in the pool?
Oh, look, kids are great at that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like we've got
cool us down a bit.
nieces, and they'll be in the pool for hours. So swimming in the pool. So just having more family time and more physical activity family time. Family time can be sitting around reading a book. Family time definitely is not being on Xbox games and video games and everybody in different rooms. Family time is literally going for a walk, having a swim at the beach, going for a picnic, catching up. And if you're catching up with friends over the Christmas period, organise outdoor events. Go to a park and have a picnic and take a soccer ball along. They're just all things that we sort of, fall out of the habit of. So keep up your exercise. Having a plan so tip number 4, have a plan for your food. So sort of conscious of the fact that most people put on 2 kilos at least over the Christmas period, pick and choose a bit more. Like choose 1 or 2 treats that you might like to have that you might not normally. So you might have a little bit more alcohol than normal. You might have
turkey.
Some champagne.
Don't have turkey during the year. No.
Well, turkey's pretty good because it's a protein. Not such an issue. But if you're going to have fruitcake, make sure it's really nice fruitcake.
Right.
and savour it up and put some aside.
But the mince pies, some of those mince pies.
Some of those mince pies, as long as it's good quality.
Yeah.
I always say to patients, don't waste your calories on crap.
Okay.
If you go to a party, don't nibble away at the, nibblies and crappy things. Like, enjoy whole foods, but enjoy really good quality whole foods. And for the rest of the holiday period, give yourself the option of maybe a couple of cheat meals a week, but don't let all your good habits go out the window just because it's holidays and just because you're on Christmas. It might be, a night off might be pizza with the family on a Friday night, or takeaway Thai another night. But, make sure that, the old saying is one bad meal doesn't make a bad diet, just as one good meal doesn't make a good diet. So be mindful, enjoy your food. And the other tip, being mindful and also being grateful, David.
Very grateful.
Grateful. Christmas is all about gratitude.
Yes.
And I think the most special thing about Christmas is actually taking the time to stop and put a bit of thought into, we all rush through the year so fast that you get to Christmas time and Christmas becomes just another thing that you've got to get through, which I think is a real shame, because Christmas really is the opportunity to stop, be grateful for the, family, grateful for our health, grateful for our friends. We're always very grateful for the, patients that we see. So I think there's a lot of in Australia, but in our lives, there's a lot to be grateful for. So food over Christmas, be mindful, and, practice that concept of gratitude as well.
Now, we've got some more to talk about in our third segment with the Christmas Survival Guide. Before we do, I just wanted to reflect on this year with health and wellbeing here at 2NURFM and your forums that you've had, where you've had a lot of great attendance on people. There's been many different topics. Can we just talk about those and how they've been for you this year? The
talks this year have been fantastic. I've been so impressed with the number of people that have come to the talks. And with the comments that we get, that they are informative, that, people are there and, they go away, learn. Like, I always like to think any talk that we do, that people can go away from that talk, and go straight home and start to implement some of those changes in their lives.
And you introduced some new topics this year too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did our kids' talks. We did treating allergies, naturally, weight loss early in the year. And we'll have another weight loss talk coming up in February next year, a free talk. We also did a couple of in-house talks on, supporting people with cancer.
Yeah.
Thyroid's always a good topic, stress and adrenal fatigue.
And you've had some really good special spokesmen that have been doing
we
talks.
had Lee Holmes from Supercharged Foods come and do a talk with us as well. And we'll be looking to do the same again next year. We did one of our really popular talks, and a talk that I really enjoyed myself as well was I shared it with one of our naturopaths, Kate Williams, who did a fermenting demo. So in the new year, actually, we're thinking about doing some more talks, like where there's some more practical demonstrations, that people can actually see how easy it is to prepare healthy food. Carly, who you've met on the show a couple of times, she's sort of our kids specialist. We're going to get her to do some talks for parents around healthy foods, how to feed your kids healthy foods. So they'll all be free next year as well. So, hopefully we'll have another year like it this year. And, people have been great in making the effort to come out and listen to our talks.
Look at your Christmas Santa hat, still looking resplendent.
If anyone really wants to see a handsome Christmas elf, they could get onto the 2NUR website.
Look at your picture.
A very nice picture of me on there.
Oh, wow.
They mustn't have been able to fit yours on there.
Our Christmas elves here are amazing. Our Christmas elves, which is Graham and Riley, they've done an amazing job. And the video, of course,
as they do every week.
How's my hat look?
Yeah, it's sort of flat now.
Gone.
A bit floppy.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still looking great. Yeah. Now, we are doing the final stages of the Christmas Survival Guide. What else can you share with us information-wise?
Well, talking about food again, the three areas I always talk with patients about, the big areas for really maximising health long-term is exercise, diet, healthy diet, exercise, and mindfulness. Meditation, heading towards being more mindful. And, Christmas, like any other time, or whenever we eat, it's important to eat mindfully. And this really helps with people that do maybe tend to eat too much or overeat.
What about a tip from you for if today, weather-wise, is giving us an indication of what we're looking forward to with Christmas and New Year? Very hot conditions. What's your suggestion there for food-wise? And, of course, keeping hydrated, plenty of water.
Yep, keeping hydrated, that's the other thing, with the Christmas period, particularly if you do have a few too many alcoholic drinks. So keeping hydrated, and, obviously if mum's always cooked the hot baked dinner in the hot kitchen, because the family always say every year, oh, no, Christmas needs to be a hot dinner.
No.
Maybe this is a good year to have
Get the
salad
salads
day.
out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our climate lends itself to salad and that at Christmas time, doesn't it, really?
Yes.
So eating mindfully, be aware of the taste and texture. Chew well and eat slowly, I always say to patients. Never eat on 2 feet. So always, whenever you eat anything, always put it on a plate, sit down and really enjoy it. Don't, family time, eat together at the table. And obviously Christmas Day is all about that. But just around Christmas, don't eat in front of TV.
No,
and don't,
no.
some people actually eat in bed.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Oh.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah, but the TV, the cricket's going to be on, don't you?
Well, you might just turn the
Watch the
cricket off
cricket.
while you mindfully eat your food, and then you can turn the cricket back on again.
Yeah, okay, well, we can do that.
How's that?
Yeah.
And only eat with people that you like, because otherwise you'll end up with
Hang on, there's
indigestion.
going to be family involved and friends. It could be a bit
Well, that
picky.
is the challenge at Christmas time. That is
Yeah.
the challenge. And the finally, this is just a really important point, I think, just about life generally. There's no such thing as a perfect Christmas. Oftentimes we can really set ourselves up that, and Christmas is a time, you might have noticed this, David, where a lot of any issues that have been unresolved during the year with your relationships or family or friends all tend to get heightened. So Christmas can be a really stressful period for some people. So this year, just letting go of the expectation that everything's has to be perfect. It's one day, one meal. If it's too rushed on Christmas Day trying to see everyone, spread it out over a couple of days. Then it's not the end of the world if, everybody doesn't get to see everybody on Christmas Day.
Yeah, visit a few different people over the days. Christmas
Over
Day,
the
Boxing
days,
Day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, go with the flow.
Yep. Now, have you got any information you've prepared up on your website, mullenhealth.com.au,
actually, we do
along
have
these lines?
some wonderful recipes on our website at the moment.
Oh, what are they? What are the recipes of?
I can't tell you exactly, but I can give you a rough guide.
You
So there's
didn't bring the information,
There's
did you?
sweet recipes.
Oh.
Remembering we're looking at reducing the sugar as
Yeah.
well. Is my hat still all right?
Yeah, it's great.
Good, thank
Wish
you.
I had it.
Yeah.
Mine's horrible. Flat.
I think someone sat on yours.
Yeah.
Savoury recipes for Christmas as well.
Look at yours.
And savoury, so
Did
savoury.
you take a pill for that? Or what?
Lee Holmes, we've got a great blog from Lee Holmes on supercharged.
Really envious
From
of that.
supercharged foods on Christmas food. And some from our friend Melanie Avery, some really good recipes on additive free at Christmas time as well. So healthy
hat to
options.
fall down.
Healthy options for your kids.
Okay, so some great tips up there. Go and have a look for the blogs. What about on your Facebook? Because your Facebook's always good too.
Yeah, we'll have heaps of things on over the Christmas period. And we're starting a new segment on our Facebook page where everybody will do one event, we'll send a photo in each every week of some activity or food, or trying to make it a bit more lifestyle inspiring.
Well, we've
Much
had
as my hat.
I know, it's very inspiring. We've had a great year this year. Thank you so much. It's
thank
been
you.
very informative.
Thank you, Dave.
And we're looking forward to your segment again next year.
And thank you to our elves, Graham and Riley as well.
They always do a fantastic job.
Yeah, they're a bit slow sometimes. But
At the
generally
moment, they're trapped in
generally
here.
pretty
They
good.
can't move
Trapped
because
in
we're
here.
making a video. If they move around, they
Is our show going for 2 hours today? Because I'm sure they've got nothing else to do.
No, we're
either.
going to finish up now.
Okay.
So
All right.
thank you so much. And to your team are wonderful. Sending
Yeah,
us
thank
emails
you.
and all the
Thank
information
you.
through to me, the information that we do on the program. So yeah.
Thank you. And thanks to all the listeners this year as well.
Okay.
We've had some really good calls, and really appreciate. Often where I go, people come up and say that a lot of people, will come up and say how much they love 2NUR as a station. So thanks to 2NUR as well.
Good on you, Peter. We'll be talking to you again in February.
Lovely. See you then.
It's Health and Wellbeing, Naturopath Peter Mullen, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year, and looking forward to having you with us in 2017 at 2NUR FM.